الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين.
This is a calligraphy work done by a calligrapher from Spain in Arabic using a script called the Thuluth, which is developed primarily in Turkey about China. Only in Islam you will see a unity and a plurality like this. Only about 1.7 or 2% Islam Muslims. And it's actually a very small presence. If you think about it, it's really a small presence. In terms of population, it's about 22 million. Well, we have a big population, and so that 2% is again a huge number, but percentage-wise, it's a really small presence. However, you will be amazed that Islam is actually the most living religion, the most lively religion in China. And here's the proof. The number of places of worship. Even though we only get 2% of Muslims, we got 40,000 masajid, we got 40,000 mosques, right? This number is outnumbered than any other organized religion in China. Now, this is the current statistics. In China, all those mosques have Chinese names. For example, this particular architecture, we call it the Heart Reflection Pavilion. It is echoing the Confucianism terms, right? If you look at it, you wouldn't even know it functions as a minaret in the mosque. And it sounds like any Buddhism or Confucianism place. And this is the level of integration we have. The Muslims started contributing to Chinese culture, even though they were not Chinese. Right? In the Song Dynasty, the Chinese herbology canon have revisions. In one of the revisions, they took 200 herbal medicines from the canon of medicine of Ibn Sina. I'm showing this mosque because I'm trying to put an emphasis so that people is aware that the presence of Islam was never marginal in China. Since the day one, they were either in the Great Part or in the heartland, right? We were in the middle of China during this dynasty. And during this dynasty, what happened is the formation of the Hui people because of those intermarriage policies and isolationism practiced by this dynasty. And also Muslims in this dynasty became culturally Chinese. And then at this point, Muslims were indistinguishable from ordinary Chinese. In the Ming Dynasty, Muslim Chinese became highly indigenized. We started expressing our ideas and terminologies in Chinese. Who can read this? This is Arabic. Okay, Rasulullah. And then it actually means sage. It means sun in Chinese. It actually means something, right? This is Rasulullah, right? Rasulullah. And in China, predominantly, we don't use the word prophet or messenger. Right? We use them, but we don't use them that much. What we use both in writing and in colloquial the most is sage. When we say the sage, we mean the prophet, right? Right? And also the development of Muslim martial art. Right? And this is not just a mimic of Buddhism, of Taoism martial art. It really has a religious symbol in it, right? We have seen things that we write Arabic like Chinese, right? We're making Islamic stuff Chinese looking. And this is really we're making Chinese stuff Islamic looking, right? By this type of martial art, we preserve morality and traditional values. For example, this Muslim martial art has a high level of Islamization. A lot of those movements were inspired by Islamic rituals or symbols. So what is this? Who can tell? It's a gift. Good, wudu pot. That's a wudu pot. Right? This particular movement is a wudu pot. So Wang Daiyu, he likened the 5 pillars of Islam to the 5 virtues of Confucianism. So Confucianism has 5 virtues. In Chinese, 仁义礼智信, which means humanness, righteousness, righteous, wisdom, and faithfulness. And he argues, to attain true humanity, you need to have true faith, right? And to being righteous, and the outermost form of being righteous, the materialization of being righteous, is to give charity, to take care of the people around you, right? And then prayer is just the highest form of rituals, right? And then the wisdom, fasting is a wisdom. People think, I'm tired, I can't do it, but there are a lot of benefits. So fasting is a great example of wisdom. And also faithfulness, the pilgrimage is a representation of faithfulness. Because think about China, right? We're far away from Arab land. If you want to make a Hajj, that took a lot of effort. That was a 3-year or 4-year journey just to take a Hajj. That's the highest level of faithfulness, right? So he likened the five virtues of Confucianism with the 5 pillars of Islam, and then he argued Islam actually took a higher form in Confucianism. It's not just the complementary part of Confucianism, because we actually provide the essence, the core belief. Because only you believe in one God, you would attain the highest form of those concepts, right? Those are our concepts, those are the materialization of the concepts. Collectively, Muslims in general are still contributing to Chinese culture. This is an example of how we contribute. This is a simple beef noodle. And if you think it is a simple beef noodle, you are so naive. Because it's a resemblance of the cultural harmony through Islam. Right? So noodle has been a Chinese food, has been a Han food for centuries, for actually, maybe 20,000, 2,000 years. And this yak, this beef is from a Tibetan animal, right? It's the Muslims who made the noodle and the yak, made the Chinese noodle and the Tibetan yak beef together into this beef noodle. And if you see, this is where the beef noodle was generated from. On this side is Chinese, on this side is Tibetan, right? So we were living on the crossroads of Chinese and Tibetan, and so we combined these 2 traditions and make a beef noodle, right? This beef noodle is a living testimony of cultural harmony and ethnic harmony through Hui Muslims, right? The Muslim Chinese are Chinese 100%, and also we're 100% Muslims, right? So we're both Chinese and Islamic. With that kind of cultural experience, what can we American Muslims learn from the Chinese Muslim experience, right? So this is a question that we're not going to solve today, but it's something worth thinking. And this is why this talk is relevant to everybody here, because we came as immigrants. Right? We came as immigrants. We all carried our home cultures, being it Arab, Persian, Indian, Somalian, Chinese, whatever, right? But we're coming to a melting pot. Right? We came to this melting pot just like ancient Muslims that came to China, and how we were able to preserve both. So how we were able to preserve both our Muslim identity, also the Chinese cultural identity, it's really a question to the audience here, right? Where we're going to go as Muslims living in America. Thank you very much for coming.